Hi, Piano Annie here, and this is a lesson on thirds. So a third is simply when you go from note 1 to note 3. That's a third interval, okay? A third interval. Just like in the left hand, when we went from C up to G to do our left hand, that was a fifth interval. And when we went from C to A, that was a sixth interval. Well, a third, which is commonly used in the blues, is just going from 1 to 3. And how do you find thirds? Well, you have to know first how to find a major scale. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm just going to teach you the C major scale, the F major scale, and the G major scale. And from there, we will flat the seventh note of those scales, and then we will find our thirds pretty easily. So this is something that might take you a little while to master, even though I'm doing it all in one lesson. You'll at least know how to do it. So for a C major scale, it's pretty easy. It's all white notes. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to the C. Okay? So what was the seventh note? It was B. So we flat it, which you know means just go down half a step. So for playing the blues, we will use as our C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, and then C. And you know that is the flat 7 from the blues scale anyway. All right, so then we find our thirds. So the first one would be 1 and 3. Next one would be 2 and 4. 3 and 5, which is E and G. 4 and 6, which is F and A. G and B flat, because this would be normally a third, right? But we're going to flat the seventh. So G and B flat, and then A and C, and then the B flat, or the flat 7, and the D. We're up into the next octave now, but since he's the bottom of our third, we have to go into the next octave. So there you go. It's a B flat and a D. And then we're back to the C and the E. Okay? So a good exercise for those of you who are new to piano would be to just take those first 3 thirds and keeping your fingers in what's called the 5-finger position, going from this first third to the next third, and then to the next third. 1, 3, 2, 4, and 3, 5. And then going back down. Your goal would be to get it smoothly and to get it so that you're not using your whole arm and your shoulder and tensing your neck. You should be loose and hopefully just using the most minimal part of your fingers that you can to do the work. Okay? That would be a fun exercise if you have a keyboard and you can put it somewhere in the house where you pass all the time. You could just stop every time you're on the way to the fridge or on the way to the table and do a quick exercise. Let's move on to the F position so that when we play this in F, you'll know the thirds for that. So F major scale is F, G, A, B flat. That's always a part of the F major scale. Then C, D, E. So that's the 7th note of the scale. And then we're back to the F. All right, so we need to flat the 7th note to here, E flat. So we already had this black key, the B flat, and now we have the E flat. So when you're working with thirds or with the F major scale in the blues, you'll use F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, and F. So if you did that same exercise that we did down here, but you do it in the F position, you have to remember that on that second third, we have a G and a B flat, okay? And I didn't review the third, so let's go over them. This is the first third for F, F and A. Then there's G and B flat. Then A, C. B flat, D. C and E flat, because remember this guy is also flat. D and F, E flat and G, F and A. Okay? You don't have to know the names, but I'm just saying them for those who want to learn the names of the notes. But you should know where the black keys come in, okay? It's right here at the end of the barn, right here at the end of the doghouse. And then here's the exercise that you would do. F, A, G, B flat, A, and C. Okay, so that's how it works for F. Last one that you need to know is for G. So let's do the G major scale. It's like this: G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. That's in the normal G major scale. And then you come to your G, the final note. And since this was the 7th note in the scale, we have to flat it, which means we go down half a step to the left. So this is our flat 7 when we're in the G scale. So look what that does. It makes the scale that we use in the blues for G is all white notes. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier. And the exercise for the thirds is the same. It looks a lot like the one did for C. Okay, and that's just to get dexterity, although you can play that. And now I'm going to teach you a thirds riff. All right, there's a lot in here. So here's how it goes. When we're in the C position in the left hand, we will start with, it'll start with your thumb on C. And then you're going to find this third, okay? Then we'll visit C again. Then let's see. Then this is the next third that we hit, which is F and A, and we visit the C again. And then we go up to the next third, which is G and B flat. Then you visit C, then the F and the A, visit C, go back down to the E and the G. So in between each one, we visited the C. And then on the last two, we do not. We just do F, A, and E, G. So it goes like this. And this actually is what we call a pickup note. So keep that in mind for later. So again, just to get it down, you hit the C. And then when you're doing this with the left hand, this is where the hands will come in together, okay? The nice thing about this riff is that you're hitting notes in the right hand at the same time you're hitting them in the left hand. So that does make it easier. So pick up note, and then go to this third, then visit the C, go to the next third, visit the C, go to the next third, visit the C, go to the next third back down, go to the C, the original, back to the C, and then you take the FA and the EG, or the 4-6 and the 3-5. So real slowly again, this is how it is. And this is how it sounds with the left hand. Pickup note. Again, pickup note. All right, then I'd be ready to move to the F position. And I still had one note left to hit down here in the 8 notes per bar. So with that last note, I would hit the pickup note for when we do the same exact riff in the F position. So be that. And then where it comes together, I move my left hand to the F position, and I'm hitting the this third, the 3 and the 5 of the F position. All right, so let's go over how we're going to do the riff when we're in F. So there's the pickup note. Then you just go to the 3, 5, then you visit the F, go to the 4, which is here, and the 6, visit the F, then go to the 5 and the flat 7, which is these two, okay? The C and the E flat, and you'll hit those with middle finger and pinky. And you'll visit the F, and now it's time to start climbing back down. Your fingering is your choice here on this middle third, right? We have the first third, the second third, and the last third. So on this middle third, you could use pinky and middle finger, or you could use ring finger and pointer. When I'm coming down, I tend to use pinky and middle finger. All right, anyway, we visit our F again, and we finish coming down with the 3, 5. And then it's time to do those 2 thirds in a row without a visit to the F, which are. And that's where that exercise will come in handy that we did with our thirds. So your fingers will be very comfortable at the end of this little riff, just going from there to there. So here's how it goes. Pickup note. One more time. And so here I'll start it in C, and then I'll move to the F position so you can see how it works. Pickup note. Pickup note for C. Back to the C riff. Now it's time to go to G. So I would hit the G pickup note on the last note of my C bar, and then the G is going to come in together. And so let's go over the G riff. Pretty simple. It's all white notes. So here is our pickup note. Go to that 3rd and 5th. Back to the G, next 3rd interval, back to the G, next 3rd interval, back to the G. Now we work our way down, back to the G, and then it's time to hit the 2 in a row without a visit to the G. Okay, so it's pickup note, alrighty, so let me just do that with the G left hand. Here's a little warm-up bar. One more time. To the F. Okay, so that's our thirds riff. Anyway, let's go one time through the whole thing, and then we'll be done with this whole thirds lesson. Okay. Okay, there was one thing I forgot to mention, which was in the 12-bar blues, there is only one bar of G. So we only get to do half the riff. So I simply went. That was it. And then on the way down, there's only one bar of F, so same thing. And then we finished up in C. Any questions, let me know. I know that was a lot of information, and I will see you next time.